Let's continue with the non-tax revenue. So in the previous video we have seen up to gifts and grants. Let me repeat it. First, when interest, the government receives interest on loans given to state governments, union territories, private enterprise and public. The next one, profits and dividends. The government earns profit through public sector undertakings like LIC, BHEL, and it also earns dividends from the investments made in other companies. Fees imposed by the government to cover the cost of recurring services provided by it. Those services is for the interest of the public and fees paid by them. So the fees collected to provide services to them, for example, court fee, registration fee, import fee, a license fee. To run anything, you have to get permission from government. So for that the government charges, that is license fee. So to running a particular shop or running a vehicle on the road, motor vehicle tax, the license to buy. So all this are examples of license fees. Then even to keep a gun, you have to get a national permit. Next one, fines and penalties. Fines and penalties refers to the payments imposed on lawbreakers. Anyone who violates duty or go against their rights, non-payment of tax and violating the traffic rules. So the fines and penalties are levied. This is to maintain law and order. The next, when a person dies without leaving any illegal, if he has a property, that property will be taken care or claimed by the government. The next, gifts and grants. Government receives gifts and grants from foreign governments and international organizations. Sometimes we find individual companies also voluntarily give money to donate money to the government. This happens especially during the time of natural disaster we have been seeing in our country. So during the time of cyclone, then flood, we find many private enterprises, they contribute heavily to the government for the recovery processes. The next one, forfeitures. This is the form of penalty imposed by the court for non-compliance of orders or non-fulfillment of contracts, etc. Next, special assessment. It refers to the payment made by owners of the properties whose value has been appreciated due to developmental activities of the government. For example, if area is developed with a metro station or any other park, you find it is a development activity. So the value of the land becomes more in that particular area. So they are asked to pay based on the special assessment made by the government. So that's an income for a government because the area has been developed. So they pay extra amount to the government. So that is what meant by special assessment. So these are the sources of non-tax revenue made by the people to the central government.